Yo, we back, man. This is me, Vonroburts, comedian, blue collar worker, rep for the people. Man, countries is in shambles, ain't it? We're down. We went through 2024 at light speed, man. Now we're going into another year, and it's that feeling of uncertainty, not knowing what's going to happen. Yo, if you're not a billionaire, you're not a multi-millionaire, ain't nothing gonna change for you unless you make it change. And the only way you can make it change is by taking the first step and getting organized, taking self inventory. These are the things that I've been working on lately within myself. Like, that's why I'm regurgitating it, because it's the only thing I know. If you at the bottom are close to the bottom, you can't be on the internet listening to these people talk about stock trading and all this other shit. That shit, one, stocks and trading come after, investment comes after you secured the bag, you've gotten out of a check to check living, and you have some money left over that you were willing to invest. That's what investments is about. You know, a lot of my friends are not affluent enough to even think about investing at this moment. Investing even in penny stocks, like you're gonna need that money later, brother. You know what I mean? You live below, like, living below your means for some people means that if they were to go any lower, they would be homeless or in their car. And sometimes living below your means to stack bread up to have money to invest is not uh not even an idea. So what you got to do, you got to go get you another job or get a side hustle or do all these different things to make a little extra change. Hopefully it's not something strange. And there's still hope. You just got to keep your head down and start learning new things, even if it's through audio book. They got they got classes online for real estate. One of my homegirls just sent it to me. Hey, classes online for real estate, you can learn that. So that way you can, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're lucky enough to come up on a sale or be involved in any type of real estate endeavors, that you can pull the most money you can pull out of that situation, um, if the situation goes through. Uh, um, Beyond that, man, you just gotta keep your head down and start working, for real. Um, I know I sound grim about the future, but I'm not a liar. there's no there's no way for me to just be sitting here and telling people like, yo, it's gonna be all right. We just need a new president. Yo, it's gonna be all good. The economy, you just need to wait for the economy to get better. You don't have that time. We don't have that time. That's like white people advice, man. My black and brown people, you gotta get your ass out there and work and just, you know, um, budget better. There's books. There's books on financial literacy. Um, I can't tell you. I can't tell you what to do financially because You know me. You seen the content I put up. I'm a goddamn comedian. This is a podcast relating to you, the average Joe, man. Being, I'm just here for support, man. When you out here, because a lot of guys, we don't got no guys out here that relate to us. We don't got those situations. You got the red pill people who say things and lie to people, like the no fugazi guy. That guy is a terrible person. He lies to people about the way he lives instead of being an example of how to live with that situation that he's involved in. Not everybody is going to get the girl that they want. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to get the job that they want. Not everybody's going to get these things. But if you can be a beacon of hope for the best in them and the best out of their situation, you know what I mean? One of my guys, he called me the other day. Um, he was like, "Yo," and he's in this. He knows about this, man. I'm using that as example, and no names would be. No, I'm gonna change some names around and words and things around. So just bear with me. Uh, he called me. He was like, "Yo, Von." Most of my friends they call me because I just give it to them cold. You know what I mean? They need it. They need it that way. Guys who didn't have the normal or the perfect upbringing. Sometimes we need it cold. We need it so it's a prescription. We don't have time to be calling and revealing ourselves to people we don't trust, especially not these crazy ass new wave of therapists and psychologists who are um, compromised by small percentages and pockets of society and just the idea of staying unemployed. A lot of these therapists and psychologists, they can't stay employed. So that's why you see them online giving out general blanketed advice. You see them constantly targeting the psychological aspects of daily life, and that's how they get their rocks off. That's how they get their extra coin for when they don't have a constant 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 people that they have to constant people that they have to therapy or bring therapy to, or whatever, customers, so to speak. You know what I mean? People that they counsel. So um my guy, he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, Vaughn, I got this girl, man, and she's tall and beautiful, and you know uh all the guys are on her. She flirts with me from time to time, and I want to see where it goes." I'm like, "Yo, yo, go ahead, see where it goes, man. She's flirting with you. She's giving you that energy. That's cool." Now, this guy is my guy. I've rocked with him. He's not the best looking guy. He's still got a lot of things to work on within himself, as we all. You know what I mean? So, uh, he can use some improvements, uh, visually and financially, and just life wise. He knows this. So I reminded him of those. I was like, "You don't need a girl right now, bro. You don't have no kids. You don't have anything. What you need is, because you don't want to get in a relationship with a chick right now and you're not built up. You're not in the best place of your life. You're not, because all that's gonna happen is when that honeymoon stage rubs off, You gonna want something more in your life, and she's gonna be in the way. And she's gonna want you to be something more, or want you to do things. If she gets serious about you or likes you, she's gonna want you to give more things to the relationship that you're not gonna be able to give. And that's when things are gonna go south. But luckily for him, she wasn't even into him like that. He got her number. I don't know why girls do this, but she they exchanged numbers, and she texted him, and basically they had a small back and forth, and she told him she wasn't into him like that without saying she wasn't into him like that. It was more so like, yo, we're in a situation where I don't really date guys where we share the same situation uh like that, and well, they work together. We work together, and I don't date guys that work with me or whatever. I was like, yo, bro, that may be true, but it's also a cop out, bro. Girls will make exceptions. If they want you, they will make exceptions. You think we in this place in the universe right now, and we're in this space right now in the economy and all that because people do the right thing? No. People make adjustments. If they want something, they gonna get it. And I was like, yo, she don't want you. Leave it alone. So he's thinking about pursuing it. I was like, don't pursue it. Don't pursue it, bro. It only lead to heartache. Hopefully he listens to me. I was like, yo, what you need to do is just focus on building yourself up, getting yourself together, so you can have a choice in the women that you actually like, that you actually want to mess with, that you actually want to be with. And he said he understands. So hopefully you take that. Because I'm like, yo, fortunately for me, I done been in I done experienced different things in my little life that I have. I've experienced being the good looking guy. I've experienced being the guy that's pursuing a woman that is uncertain about him, and then getting her, and then having to constantly reaffirm her decision to fuck with me like that. That doesn't feel good. It don't feel good at all. You know what I mean? Because you're constantly trying to prove to somebody why they made a decision that they feel they're not sure if it was in their best interest. Not a good feeling at all. That means she don't like you, bro. That means that she's whatever on you. That means that eventually, or whenever she gets mad at you, she's gonna flip. She's like, nigga, I shouldn't even have messed with you, nigga. You don't want that. So in order to find the chick or attract the chick that likes you, and that you are like, oh, okay, she's good enough. I rock with her. Or she's fire. And she likes me. Win. Let's do this. And then you do the thing, and you try to be the best person you can be for that person that rocks with you. But fortunately, that person already likes you. So it's easy for you to do that. You don't have to change into an apple if the person already likes the orange. Yeah, man. And this is the greatest gift from pimps. Go with who likes you, man. Same and that can be, told for other things, you know what I mean? But here I keep it grounded for my guys that support me. All my guys that support me are guys that are real people. So another thing that I think, and that's been in my mind lately and been flooding my timeline, is the whole Travis Hunter thing. Now, Travis Hunter, the athlete, blessings. Happy for the guy. I'm glad he's got all these endorsements. Glad he got the Heisman. Glad he's doing all these things. I'm glad he's able to bless and change the lives of his family. And hopefully he gets a stronger mind when it comes time for him to influence the world. Uh, but yeah, he's 20. So he's in his early 20s, bro. We as people and as fans, we have to let the train wreck, which is him, and that situation happen. Him with that girl, she has to destroy his life so he can be a better guy, so he can make better judgment. Hopefully, she don't destroy him too bad to the point where he becomes a crazy womanizer and angry with women for a long time. Because it's gonna be a period in time where he's angry, you know. But that happens on both sexes. Like, there's an artist right now, Money Long. She just got a divorce from her husband, and every time you see her in an interview now, she talks very dark and grim, very evil, very mean. Like, you can see it. Uh, Same with the chick that claims to be a doctor, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She targets men and says these unrealistic expectations that blanket most women. She tells women, or she tries to be an example to women to do certain things that a doctor shouldn't be saying, or that a real doctor wouldn't say. Because we've heard nothing is new under the sun. There's been psychologists and doctors that have come out with good intentions, that have talked about the same things that she's talked about, and uh, already given the remedy for it. But I digress. The main topic is the Travis Hunter kid. I say all of that to say that we need to stop, guys. And this is to all my fellas, guys. We got to stop living through this guy, man. I know you want to stop him from making bad decisions, but that's his dad's place, man. I don't know where the hell his dad is at and why his dad isn't saying nothing. Maybe his parents are too afraid to say anything because they don't want to stop the gravy train. That happens too. But we got to stop trying to live through Travis Hunter and let him, you know, crash out with the chick. The chick's got her finger wrapped around him, and the only way, if there is a way, if he's not happy about her being, because some guys are happy about that. Some guys love that. Some guys love when their chick is in charge and running them and moving them around like a chess piece. Some guys like that, man. There's a whole community of rich millionaires who pay women, broke women, dominatrix, freaks to come through and step on their balls and to treat them badly and whip them. And they pay them good money. So, maybe Travis Hunter is one of those guys. He's a successful guy who needs that woman to come through and run him and position him. And that's what he thinks a good relationship is. And it is a good foundation for a marriage. Maybe he subscribes to that happy wife, happy life shit. But, the only way he'll learn is if through experience, obviously, because he's not listening to y'all. And then on top of that, Travis Hunter's ugly. No homo. I'm sorry for the sorry. Pause. I'd rather say pause. Pause. Travis Hunter looks like a Mangalore. So he has this chick. She's doing everything to him, and that's what it is. And that's how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Uh, he he's just gonna have to go through it, man. And the sad thing about it is the internet is like a controlling parent. They won't let him be. They want her out of here. They despise her because they caught whiff of her. Because she's given dirtbag. But again, he has to make that decision. And the internet just can't stomach that. The internet, like, yo, here's more evidence. She was in a music video 3 years ago. You said you've been with her 5. What's up? She in there with that SoundCloud rapper. My advice to her, if she is doing her thing or she plotting, or if she wants to save this relationship and save herself, she needs to back off trying to be an internet influencer for a little bit. Or if she's going to continue to do vlogs and videos or keep her channel updated with him, she needs to only show positive uh positive engagement with him and not talk crazy. Only show vlogs of action, like being a positive, just positive engagement between the two, and her being a better woman, and her not saying stuff and not saying controlling language or manipulative language that they wouldn't want to hear from a guy if the situation was reversed. Um, and she also needs to not respond to the internet and fall back, not appear in so many locations as him, like she's trying to get the fame too or be seen all the time, because it's not her space, it's not her moment. People are tired of seeing her in those spaces. So she needs to fall back, be a good girl, be his girl, and you know, and take cover for a little bit. And the internet will, as long as the internet don't see her when they just want to see him, she'll make it through the storm. And then whatever true intentions she have will be revealed. But as long as she keeps putting herself out in the front, she risks getting more exposed and hated even more, to the point where the internet won't rest until she's finished or until she offs herself. And that's sad, because I don't wish that end for anybody. But when you're doing wrong and somebody smells it, you know, sometimes people don't have nothing else to do with their life but stop you from completing your mission or getting what you want. So yeah, she's just got to lay low for a little bit, and then she can do whatever she's trying to do with Travis Hunter, if she has any negative intentions towards him. But if she's, she's being good, she still got to lay low. You still got to lay low, sweetheart. Uh, because if you want to cultivate that relationship with you and your man, the internet won't allow it. You know what I mean? You not finna, the internet has this thing where they do not want to hear your side of the story until they want to hear your side of the story. They do not want to they don't want you to be a star until they want you to be a star. And you trying to force the issue and trying to push the issue and make yourself a star while Travis Hunter is rising. And the internet don't want to see that, especially with all these guys that are living through Travis Hunter. There's so many guys living through Travis Hunter right now. They see you, because every guy that has been in not even Travis Hunter's position, small, like a guy who's been, like, there's guys out there who were had low stakes situation, and they're with a girl that is not good for them. whether she's too manipulative, whether she's using them, whether she doesn't want to work, whether she's turning him into a trick, whether she's, uh, doing all kinds of things to him and still out in these streets, or maybe she has a messed up background, you know what I mean? Or maybe she's a single mother with a bunch of kids and this guy has no kids and he's taking up this situation and he could do way better. Guys are going to constantly always converge in those situations and try to tell other guys, man, you save yourself, man. Why are you putting yourself through this type of foolish struggle? You don't need to be involved with this person. This person is this and this. That's what guys be saying. We just don't jump. A lot of times we don't jump online. We sell it to our bros directly. You know what I mean? Or we spread the information through, the red pill community, or through giving an example, or if somebody called in. But yeah, man, it's a lot of guys that just stop living through Travis Hunter. I know that situation triggers you, but remember, he's 20. He's like 20 something, and you're in your 30s or you're in your late 20s. You know, forgive that situation, forgive that person, and move on with your life, man. And just let that hatred go. Because that's why it triggers you still, because you feel like you was low blowed in that situation and you didn't get you that situation is unfinished business for you. You didn't get to see the outcome of whatever, and you're mad that you had to experience that and you don't want nobody else to experience it. And that's a great that's a great I don't know. That's a good thing to feel that way. Want people not to experience things like that, but you can't stop it. Everybody's going to experience how they experience this world, how they experience it. Things are going to repeat itself. Things are going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just like a dad who uh, he had kids early, trying to stop his son from doing the same thing. If you showcased and engaged with your son in the right way from birth, then he ain't gonna do it. But if you just been, and I don't stop it, man. Things just happen, and and the only thing you can do is be there to support the person or try to tell the person. If the person doesn't listen, you did all you could. The person just is one of those hard-headed people that have to experience the hard way, and that's what I mean with the Travis Hunter situation. We can't keep talking about these people or beating them down with our logic until they uh do something terrible or something terrible happens. You know what I mean? You don't want to wish any type of super negative things on people. It's just not good. Uh, but yeah, man, that's it for that. But um, what else is going on out in these streets? I'm getting older. I'm getting older. I need to start stretching more, man. Change up my diet. I had a burger with extra cheese, and I've been stuffy, and and my nose has been nasally and shit. Like that's when you know your body needs help, man. You need more soups and salads and less dairy. That's what I'm on. I'm on taking more vitamins and stretching and shit now, because my body be getting tight and shit, especially near my back and my hip and shit. I'm like, oh man, I don't feel good at all. Cheeseburger ruined my last 2 days. I've been trying to blow my nose to clear this shit out, man. I'm gonna make some tea in a minute. Uh, But you got to protect yourself, guys. You got to protect yourself, and you got to build yourself up mentally in order to get through this next year. You have to really build yourself up mentally, and because that's what happens to us. A lot of the bad things that happen to men are strictly situations that showcase lack of discipline. My situation, lack of discipline, and that's what needs to happen going into 2025. We need to invest in more discipline, more focus, and more discipline, and really crack down, really track yourself. Get a daily log book where you're logging in every hour, tracking your progress, making sure you stay on top of your mental. Uh, Write your goals down for the week. Have like at least three. Make it easy that you can accomplish. Not too easy, but moderately easy that you can get things done and see progression. Uh, and this is advice I'm spewing for myself too. I need to be on this too. Um, but yeah, man, make sure you stretching. Make sure you eating good. Make sure if you uh, make sure that you're on top of your exercising 2 to 3 times a week. You know, if you work at a desk job or if you're sitting down the whole time, make sure you stretching throughout the day, man. Make sure you stretching throughout the day. Make sure you're doing walks because you don't want to get that librarian bus driver booty, fellas. Pause. You know, you don't want to have that. Uh, we're going into 2025, and I don't. What did I learn from this year, man? Year went by so fast. Uh, there isn't enough time in a day, and when you try to diversify your day, you really have to stay on top of it and not overindulge in certain things. That was my issue. Like I overindulged in certain things and I would lose hours or minutes that would be pivotal in bleeding over, stopping me from completing my daily task in full that I set aside for myself, uh, which is important. You know what I mean? If you want to see any progression. Uh, Another thing that I um, did that I felt like I could have done better was just budget, man. Budget better. Stop eating out so much. Uh, I love food, man. Like that's one of my super struggles. You know what I mean? I love food, but I've been like trying to crack down on it because of all this stuff. FDA approves anything nowadays, so you don't even know what the hell you're eating until you get cancer or whatever. So I've been trying to like really just like eat healthier and not eat after a certain time, stay active. So if I was to eat some not somebody, what the hell am I, cannibal now? Eat something that is not good for my body, that at least I can like push it out with exercise and burning those calories off and not compounding more crap on top of my already overworking body. so I can so I can preserve my health. and ultimately my life. Um, but ultimately, bro, it's weird, man. When you get older, especially as a black man, when you get older, you don't really have too many friends, man, because you're able, especially if you're smart, you're able to spot things, man. You're able to spot things. You have a lot more of associates, especially if you're a strong individual. It's harder to beat people. Forgive me. Man, I be out here working my ass off, so that yawn is deserved. But you have to you meeting new people is tough, man. As you get older as an adult, and that's usually when people uh get more savage at business, become colder as individuals, or latch on to their family more because you can't be out in the streets meeting new people, especially if you're not interesting. You're not doing nothing that is has to do anything with being social or expanding your diversifying yourself in different walks of life or trying new things or learning new things. It's gonna be hard for you to meet people. You know what I mean? And I feel bad for those guys who don't find that out until later on or don't have the will to um, just learn new things in order to meet new people to make themselves more valuable and more interesting and more worthwhile of talking to. Uh, Another thing too, man, you got to get better at choosing your friends. And this, all this stuff that I'm saying, these are things that hopefully they'll help you. But these are things that I've experienced in this past year. This past year, I've had tons of people, not tons, but the few people that I've engaged with, uh, I'm all about trying to get things done and do, right? So I make the mistake of meeting somebody and then immediately jumping into a business or a creative business aspect with them. Like, oh, I've seen you around the way, or I know you this way, and I jump into a situation with them, and I'm so used to working alone that when I do jump into the situation with them, I get annoyed because it's like, yo, I I'm used to working on my own time. Like now I have to think about somebody else's time. And if it's not that, then it's me jumping into a situation and a partnership to do something and collaborate with somebody because in the entertainment industry, that's how you build relationships and you build great things. You collaborate with people, but you have to. I need to be better at uh, being a collaborator before I start doing these things, and I need to be a good judge of character who I'm collaborating with. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you collaborate with people who don't have the same work ethic as you, don't put in the same effort or time as you, and then they expect things because maybe your idea is great. Maybe the situation could breed them some reward, or maybe can be a extra tag onto their resume of getting things done. Like, look what I did all in this year, this, and really it was you who did everything. Really, it was you who orchestrated everything. And then another thing too is when you build these things with these people, it if you can't make it happen within the snap of your fingers, you might as well not even do it. Not with them. Do it with yourself because if anything happens that's negative or that's bad, at least you can experience it. Don't ever involve other people in something that is in a surefire success. You know what I mean? Because then you that relationship's foundation is built off of failure. And a lot of times you don't want people to associate you with failure or associate you with failed attempts. You know what I mean? And yeah, I've experienced that with a couple of people, man. So yeah, whenever you whenever you trying to go into a business aspect with somebody or do business with somebody, if it isn't something that you can facilitate or control easily, or that you can assure that is going to be a W, don't do it. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want to be associated with you don't want to be associated with failure, and you don't want to have to deal with depending on somebody or putting leaning on somebody that you don't know will come through for you, or um they you're a second you're second you're what you guys are doing together doesn't take priority in their life, or they don't prioritize it or make time for it. You know what I mean? And you're making all the time for it. And crazy thing about it is, nigga, I'm out here. I got a family too, nigga. I got 2 kids. You know, you know, shit. I got 2 kids. I'm a father. You know, so uh, even though one of them is in a whole nother state, you know, I've still got responsibilities towards my family and just my everyday situation for maintaining my way of life. You know what I mean? And I had people come into my life that I tried to do things for, and when it and I put in the most work and did the most things, and then when the situation didn't go through, they disappeared on me. And their situations are moving or flourishing, and I ain't hear nothing from these niggas, man. That's what happens. You know what I mean? Um, so you gotta choose wisely on who you involve in your plots, your grand scheme, and make sure that whenever you're involving somebody, that they're adding to the surefire to the flair of the surefire win. Don't involve them into a situation where you're depending on them to catch the ball at the end of the field. You got to have it so you're your college Michael Vick. Even if you can't throw it to them, you can still run it down and score and win, and they just be a part of that. So when they come to you, they know you mean business, and they are making sure that when they bring you into a situation, it's got to be a situation that's going to be uh flattering to you. You know what I mean? So, what else are we going into this year with? Uh, no more, no more arguing back and forth with people under the comments, man, of posts or of content, man. No more of that. We all got to stop it, because there's bots. There's people that wouldn't dare say it to your face. There's people that want access to you. Like, I still struggle with it because I like to put my 2 cents in. But I've been trying, man. I've been trying to not engage with to leave a comment under a under content and then check out, because I don't want to talk to nobody under it unless they're in agreement with me, or I don't feel like educating nobody under a post anymore. There's books, there's hella resources that support whatever I said, or findings uh, that are said under there on my experience. I don't need to teach somebody that don't know about something. If you want to learn from me, come to the channel, man, the YouTube channel, and check out the content, brother or sister, for real. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all that's been happening. And yeah, man, make sure you're taking care of your family, taking care of your responsibilities, taking care of your health, and taking care of your mental, meditation, prayer. If you're a part of any religion or anything of that nature, um, but make sure you do self inventory, man. That's what I want you to take from this podcast episode, is that make sure you take an inventory. Make sure you're doing what you need to do for yourself. Prioritize yourself is number one, because if you're not healthy, you can't help nobody else, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. Yeah, make sure yourself is all right, man. Um, make sure that you reading these books, that you checking these sources, and that you're calm and very slow to anger, and 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 more so ready to understand and listen to the world. And when I say listen to the world, I mean like hear what the world is saying. You don't have to like adhere to it, but just give it a listen so you can see what climate and check the temperature of things going on around you. And yeah, man, we back. I'm doing this every week, checking on my guys, checking on my subscribers. Make sure you hit the link if you want to check out. I'm sorry. Uh, and I'm here, man, checking on my guys, my subscribers. Uh, and we're coming back more with more podcast episodes. You know, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We out.